Hello and welcome. In the last video I made this incredible hydrogen generator, which worked just as I expected. But there is improvements to be made. Like, first off, I want to improve the battery. And you might be wondering, what is there to improve on the battery? Well, there is the fact that I have to use this homemade switch I built right before we tested the generator. It works really well, but I want to have it on the battery, so I don't have to stand in the middle of the battery and the generator while it's powered. So I want a switch and a voltage meter, amperage meter on the battery. So I just don't have to have instruments and switches laying all over the place. I just want it on one place. So the first thing to do is to take some measurements of the battery, just to know how big the box is going to be. And when the box is done, we can finally start putting in all of the instruments, which I have planned out right here. Or here, so you can get a better look. So there is a problem. This piece right here, it's 65 centimeters, which is supposed to be 64, like the other one on the other side. The reason for that is probably because I hand sawed these pieces, this one and that one, before I got the hand saw. No, not the hand saw, what's the name in English? The electric saw. So because of that small centimeter difference, you can see it on the bottom plate. You can see that this side is a bit longer than the other side, because this plate is 64 in length. So you can see it's sticking off a little bit. I was thinking about just leaving the problem there, but yeah, I'm gonna take it out, which means I have to disassemble the whole thing. So, yep. Okay, the box is finished, but there is a problem. So this box is not a perfect rectangle, which you can see on this side and the other side. It's not perfectly lined up with the edge. It is on these sides, on the short sides. The problem is when I'm gonna put the hinge on the side, I can push it so it goes flush with the edge. Then I get the problem with the locks on the other side, or do I? Never mind, the locks is just fine. Okay, it's not a perfect rectangle, but I can make it work. And you might be wondering why it isn't fully straight. Something I didn't, a miscalculation with the battery. Because the battery is slightly bigger on the top than the bottom. And I took the measurements from the bottom, which resulted in, yeah, I had to make the box wider on the top, which I did by putting some extenders on the back end here. The top of the box is slightly wider than the bottom, which is the reason for the lid not being perfectly flush with edges. Despite all of the problems, I think we can still make it work. So I'm gonna put on the hinges and the locks, and after I have put on that, I'm gonna take them out again, just really to make the holes, and then I'm gonna take it outside and give it a paint job. And when that is on, we can start assembling everything actually. The electronics, the hinges, the locks. we have to install a fan in a battery box. And you might wonder why. Because when you charge the battery, it releases a gas, which is the same gas my hydrogen generator produces. And if you didn't know, it is highly explosive. I don't want to enclosure a box full of electronics and a explosive gas, so that's why I want to ventilate the box. Originally, the battery itself has some ventilating holes in the back, so that's why I'm gonna suck air in from the front and release it in the back, which hopefully is enough to keep the box from exploding. Okay, I'm done cleaning the workshop, I'm done wiring the box. It's 1 AM, so what's left now is putting the fuses in the box and see if it actually works, because I haven't tested it yet. I wanted to clean the workshop first. Now when I turn the switch on the side here, the whole box is going to get powered, which means I should get a reading on the voltage, not on the amperage, because there isn't any current draw. And I also will have controls over the fan and also the transformer. So, moment of truth. Oh, wrong way. Okay, we are reading 12.8 volts. That's a good sign. And now for the fan, I think that's this switch. Maybe not, could be a transformer. That's the fan, that's the fan, you can hear it. Wow, you heard it pretty loud. Okay, and let's see if we get some voltage from the transformer. We should get 230 volts, or maybe less, because since this doesn't draw any current, the transformer will... There is a phenomenon that I might not read 230 volts. I'm not sure how to explain it, but if I read some kind of voltage, it means it works. It works, okay. Okay, now I'm reading 0. Now I'm still... Oh, no, never mind. I'm reading 180, which is normal. Because when I put the load on the 230 volts, it should get straight up to 230. But other than that, seems like it works. I'm going to see if I can find something to load the 230 volts with, so I can see if the amperage meter actually works. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. My soldering pen draws maximum 48 watts, which in 12 volts should be around 4 amps. So if I put this in and go, we didn't actually have too much change, because yeah, this average meter goes over 300. So yeah, I'm seeing a little bit. I'm seeing some small changes, but yeah. Anyways, it looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now and I'll see you tomorrow for the proper test with the hydrogen generator, just for fun. And after I've tested on the generator once again, I'm going to install it in the caravan, so the caravan gets ready for our trip to Dolphin. So, good night. There we go, the battery box is finished. When I painted the letters, it didn't get quite the way I hoped, because the plating on the battery box, it isn't quite even, so this happened. But it's no problem, no big deal, because I can always go over the letters with a red painting brush. And other than that, the battery box works just fine. And if you wonder what this IC1 and IC2 means on the battery box, it's basically the amperage capabilities of the cables inside the battery box. That means the small outtake, which is IC1. That means the cables on that outtake can handle 36 amps, and the bigger outtake can handle 138 amps. So that's the battery box. It works perfectly, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. But there's one thing I have to confess, which is some bad news. I can't, or I don't have the time to test the hydrogen generator in this video, because we're leaving for Godkin tomorrow. So I have to install the battery box in the caravan, and I also have to pack my items. So I'm sorry for those who hoped that I was going to test the generator in this video. But if you want me to test the generator in a future video, please let me know, and of course I'll do that. So now I have to install the battery box, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh.